Do you like to keep things interesting in the kitchen? Then check out this video as Cooking Company takes you through some very interesting cake ideas. Whether you're a professional chef or a first-time baker, we have the recipe for you. So, let's get started. First up, we've got chocolate chessboard cake. This is made by layering and segmenting vanilla cake with chocolate cake. You'll see how we do it soon. It's very easy actually, but the finished article is fantastic. It looks so professional, you wouldn't imagine that it was so easy to bake at home yourself. You just need a few staple ingredients that you have lying around in your kitchen. We've got eggs, we've got cream, we've got oil. It's very, very easy. And if you have an electric whisk, it's so super fast to whisk it all together. Then you mix a little bit of cocoa powder with hot water. In fact, you can put any flavours you like in this. You could add a little bit of almond flavouring. We're using cocoa powder because we want it to be chocolate. You could use coffee. So basically we're creating two different cake mixtures. One we've added cocoa to, and one is just plain old vanilla. So if you've got a couple of baking tins, you can stick them in together for 30 minutes at 180 degrees. Then it's time to make the whipping cream. We're putting an interesting twist on ours by adding some Earl Grey tea leaves. That's right, we're going to boil them with some heavy whipping cream because it gives a lovely flavour. You could use any kind of herbal tea to give an interesting effect. But when we pour in the whipping cream to our melted chocolate, then we want to get rid of all the tea leaves, so we just put it through a sieve. Think of all the different flavour combinations you could use. So this whole cake is going to be smothered in whipping cream. So get some large cutters. Now normally when you buy cutters from the store, you can often buy a set. So you could buy a big one and they come in all different sizes of the same shape. So that's absolutely perfect for this recipe because as you can see, we're just cutting out segments of different size circles. You don't have to do a circle, by the way. You could do any shape you like, maybe a star or a heart for Valentine's Day. We remove every other segment and then swap them over. You get a kind of dartboard effect. Now you'll do this several times so you end up with about 4 layers. And now you just add on your chocolate ganache. That was your melted dark chocolate buttons or milk chocolate or even white, whatever you prefer. Whipped cream with Earl Grey tea leaves. So we just layer it and then finally stick a load of whipped cream on the outside. Now you can use different ingredients. If you don't like whipped cream, you could use buttercream icing. You could even use fondant icing and simply wrap it around. Whichever one you choose, you get to pour your gorgeous chocolate or coffee ganache over the top in the end and it drips down the sides. A little bit of whipped cream for a finishing touch. You could add some fruit on there, some chocolates, some cookies, even some sweets. We're adding macaroons. And they've been dipped in chocolate. So be it a birthday party or an office do or any special occasion, this is a brilliant cake. An absolutely gorgeous professional looking dessert, which is actually pretty easy to make. Next up, we've got no-bake orange cheesecake. Ooh, lovely. Perfect for those summer evening parties. Maybe a garden party. The great thing about this is you don't have to bake it at all. All you need is some smashed up Oreo cookies with some cream cheese fused together with orange juice. So for those of you who love cheesecake and love fruity desserts, and those of you who love chocolate, it's the perfect blend. What more could you want? You don't need any special tools to make this recipe. You can use simple things like a glass from your kitchen cabinet to just smash down that Oreo cookie base. And if you don't want to use Oreo cookies, you can use digestives or rich tea or any cookies you like. As always, in these pudding recipes, if you're trying to be a bit healthier, you can use alternatives to sugar. Some people like brown sugar actually because it gives a nice rich flavour, and you have all different shades of brown. You've got super dark muscovado sugar, and then you've got light brown and medium brown. If you don't want sugar at all, you can use agave nectar or another natural sweetener like stevia. You can even use honey. So we're making some jello as a layer over our cheese. Oh, absolutely gorgeously refreshing orange jello. Now you can buy gelatin which is made from beef. If you don't eat gelatin made from pork, you can use agar-agar powder, and that's a fantastic vegan option. We're just sprinkling with some chocolate and orange peel. You can do anything you like. You can use carob or dairy-free or even sugar-free. Ooh, I can't wait for that summer party. Zest-delicious. Now for our rainbow crepe cake. Ooh, a French delight with a rainbow colour twist. Brilliant. Again, using staple ingredients from your kitchen cupboard. And if you don't have them, they're very easy to find in the supermarket. This one is fantastic for the kids. Or let's say you're indecisive and you can't decide which colour cake to bake. Well, make a rainbow cake. Use all the colours. The great thing about this cake, just like the cheesecake, is that it's a no-bake cake. We are going to make paper-thin layers of rainbow-coloured crepes. That's right, it's actually pancakes. French style, that is. So we make our pancake mixture, which is very easy to do. Did you know it's exactly the same mixture as you make for Yorkshire puddings? Portion it out into lots of different little bowls and add different food colourings. And then just fry each pancake, whichever colours you like. Best to use a non-stick frying pan, but you can use a little butter if you need to. Even a light spray of oil. Keep it a bit healthier. Now, if you want them to be perfectly the same shape and size, then you can use a cutter to just perfect your pancake once it's been cooked. It's very easy to make a whipped cream filling. You just get some whipping cream and add some icing sugar. And if you want, you can add some food colouring to that too. Why not? But we're going to keep ours white because it makes the colours of the pancakes stand out fantastically well. For this kind of recipe, you could also use cream cheese or marshmallow frosting or buttercream icing in between. Be creative. You could hide sweets, maybe some jelly sweets or even some chocolates or even fruit if you want a healthier option. Maybe a drizzle of syrup, perhaps maple syrup or chocolate syrup in between each layer. That would be a nice surprise. You know, the kids are going to love this one. And they'll love helping make it as well. It's so much fun. You just need a little bit of patience. Layer upon layer of bright rainbow colours. This rainbow crepe cake is going to cheer everyone up. A nice dollop of whipped cream on the top and some rainbow sprinkles, of course. And whatever else you'd like to add. Perhaps it's a themed party. And there you have it. Next up, we're going to make strawberry Kitkat cake. That's right, strawberry Kitkat. Ooh, a 2-layered chocolate ganache cake coated with strawberry Kitkat bars and dressed up with fresh strawberries. It's the perfect party cake. This is the easiest cake in the entire lineup. It's a perfect idea to bring excitement to an otherwise very boring simple cake. So you just get a chocolate cake, you can buy it from the store or pre-bake it, and then you slice it up and you layer it with chocolate ganache. That in itself is a super easy way to just spruce up a basic cake. Maybe buy a couple, slice them up to create your layers. Layer it up with chocolate ganache or cream or buttercream icing or whatever you prefer. We're going to coat it entirely in chocolate ganache so it's super chocolatey. Time for the strawberry Kitkat bars. So we've got some mini ones here, or you can just get the long ones. But if you've got mini ones, you can stick 2 of them together to make them long by using melted white chocolate as glue. And then you just stick them around the edge of the cake. They stick nicely to the chocolate ganache. Top it up with fresh strawberries because you've made a kind of bowl there. Maybe something like marshmallows would look great on this. Maybe even sprinkles. Maybe a bit of cream. And you can't go wrong with a ribbon, can you? There you go. Super Pro Strawberry Kitkat Cake. Strawberry-tastic. Yum! Next up, we've got chocolate tiramisu cake. That's right, based on the classic Italian dessert tiramisu pudding. So it's tiramisu pudding in the form of a cake. What can go wrong? You like coffee? You like chocolate? You like ladies' fingers? You like cake? You like mascarpone? Then you're watching the right recipe. The main cake bit's really easy to make. You can always buy a chocolate cake from the store if you don't have much time. The great thing about baking it yourself is you can really take care as to how much sugar you add if you want to be a bit healthier. You just make a basic chocolate cake mixture, sifting in some cocoa powder. You can add different strength cocoa powder depending on how chocolatey you like it. Very simple ingredients for this one as well, you know, things that you will just have in your kitchen like milk and butter and flour and sugar. It's so easy to mix, you don't even need an electric whisk. Just use a handheld one and a spatula, it's fine. So this is the cake base for our tiramisu cake because we're going to layer it with mascarpone cream. Now this recipe does need a little bit of care or attention to detail. We're going to use some gelatin and egg yolks to make mascarpone filling, and we actually cook it by steaming it over some boiling water and then adding the mascarpone cheese afterwards. I guess you could use different cheese if you wanted. You could use cream cheese if you want to be a bit different. It depends, how inventive would you like to be? So once your chocolate cake is ready, it's so easy, you just pour on your mascarpone mousse. If you wanted to, you could layer this really high. We're just doing simple layers. Get your ladies' fingers, easy to buy from the supermarket, dip them in some coffee, and then put them on top of your mascarpone mousse. Then pour more mousse over the top of it, so it's another layering dessert. You can add layers of cream in between as well if you want to be even more interesting. Close it up, making a chocolate cake sandwich. Now, impressing your party guests is not only about what the cake would taste like, but also what the cake looks like. You can use this clever little decoration hack by cutting up a piece of baking paper to your desired shape, sticking it over part of the cake, and then just sprinkling cocoa powder on the other half of the cake. Once you've done that, you can remove the baking paper shape and then put whatever you want on the other half. It could be chocolate flakes, it could be some cream. We're using chocolate ganache, letting it drip down the sides. We love that dripping effect. It's just so tantalising for your taste buds. And because it's tiramisu pudding, we're going to add some coffee beans. It's a lovely way to border the different sides of the top of your cake. You could also put them all the way around the edge. Again, be creative. There you have it, tiramisu cake. Next, we're going to take you on a minty journey, showing you how to make peppermint overload cake. That's right, lashings and lashings of peppermint. So we hope you like it refreshing. Forget those after 8 mints, just make this. It will be a party showstopper. And I've got to tell you, it looks like something out of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's right, gorgeous chocolate cake with peppermint flavouring covered in candy canes. This recipe uses lashings of buttercream icing, but don't worry if you don't like buttercream icing. You can use cream cheese frosting. You can use marshmallow icing. I'm sure there are plenty of healthier alternatives. If you don't have food piping bags, you can simply cut the end off a food storage bag. Making gorgeous shapes and patterns with alternating coloured buttercream icing, or whichever filling you've chosen to make. You could do swirls like this, or zigzags or stripes. We've chosen to cover our cake completely in red buttercream icing, but whatever takes your fancy. Perhaps you have a winter-themed party or event. This would be fantastic. To make it even more minty, you can add peppermint candy sticks all the way around the edge, or you could use something else like perhaps chocolate mint matchsticks. Sticking them on all the way around the edge of the cake will create a wonderful fence-like effect. Gotta love those chocolate mint matchsticks. Ooh, what a mouthful! And you can create really cool effects with buttercream icing or whatever topping you've chosen by mixing two colours together and creating a swirly pattern so it looks something like this. Delish!